The LRA started its atrocities in northern Uganda in the 1980s and continues to kill hundreds of innocent civilians, maim, rape, abduct and looting villages within DRC, South Sudan and Central African Republic.
When you have in mind the atrocities committed by these people, I think one has to really do everything possible to protect those innocent civilians and also bring peace for all the people living in those areas, in the remote areas.
They have abducted children, they have abducted women, they have abducted men also to go and fight for them. And they have caused a lot of havoc in places like Garamba National Park in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where they poach particularly elephants, and then they take the tusks for sale, and then they use the proceeds to buy some of the equipment, to buy food, and to keep them going.
In November 2012, the African Union Peace and Security Council declared LRA a terrorist organization that must be dealt with immediately and authorized the establishment of a regional task force, the military component of the African Union Regional Cooperation Initiative, for the elimination of the LRA. The Regional Task Force is an African Union regional force drawn from 4 countries, namely Uganda, Central African Republic, Republic of South Sudan, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Its headquarters is in Yambio, West Equatoria State in South Sudan. Currently, the RTF operates in and around the southeastern part of the Central African Republic, northeastern region of the Democratic Republic of Congo, and western Equatoria State of South Sudan.
2012, the LRA was active on the areas here, was making atrocities on the people. And afterward, when the African Union formed the force and brought here, the RCI-LRA has deployed a 6th division around, and then the commandos are here, and then the other contingent forces who are deployed for African Union reduce the number of the LRA activities on Western Equatoria at the moment.
Ndio, kama tuko naendelea kurudilia kama shida ya LRA itamalizika, kwa sababu kama viongozi yote walikutana manchi yote kusema kama tukutane tufanye umoja kuhusu mambo ya LRA, ni kusema kwamba inaanza kufikia kumwisho, kwa sababu sisi yote tulishaungana, tunakuwa umoja na tunaona LRA atakuwa tena na nguvu, anakuwa nafasi atakimbilia juu tuko ndani ya umoja. Nafasi yote kama wanaona hapa training kwa hapa iko fasi yote, na majeshi yote wako pamoja na wako tayari.
Despite numerous challenges faced, since the initiative started in 2012, the Regional Task Force have made significant achievements, including almost all senior LRA commanders, with the exception of Connie, have been killed and others have been forced either to defect or surrender.
The strategy has been to erode the LRA gradually because of the challenges involved. So the strategy hasn't changed. Have we succeeded? Yes. Look at the top command of the LRA. Out of the 5 indictees, only 1 is surviving. Lukuya was killed. Vincent Oti died. Dominic Ongwen came out the other day. Okoto Diambo is dead. That leaves us with 1 to go, Joseph Kony. So if that is not success, what do we call it? Looking at the organization of the LRA, it's pivoted around its leadership. So when we take out the top dog, then we think that will be end game, and then we can go into mopping up. And that's not very far off, I believe, with what we are doing so far.
There is relative calmness within Regional Task Force area of operation. The existence of the tactical level coordination mechanism between the Regional Cooperation Initiative for the Elimination of LRA and African Lead Mission in Central Africa is a positive development in enhancing the counter-LRA operations. Training of all contingencies in counter-LRA tactics has improved on regional task force combat readiness and maneuver capabilities.
People who moved away from their home areas and came to main towns or came to the town of Yambio, for example, have been able to go back to their home areas and resumed their life normally. For example, areas like Ganguna area, Sakure area, Ezo, which was almost being disturbed almost weekly by the LRA. There has been no single incident. Life is going on now normal. Children are able to go to school. People are able to farm again. People are able to bring food from these areas to the town to sell and all that. So this is an immediate impact, basically, which means life has gone back to normal.
The other achievement, of course, is that if you look at the abductees, before the coming in of RTF, there are so many abductees in terms of women, men, and so on. But currently, there are very few, if any. Because they have seen that if they continue with that kind of implementation, then they are going to have a problem. And therefore, there has been very positive achievements. And not only are we seeing the achievements through the RCI-LRA, we are also learning from other regions, like the Nokjot process, for example, like other regions, what they have done in other regions. And therefore, as much as we are achieving certain objectives here, we are also learning from other initiatives that have been taken in other areas. And I believe those other regions are also learning from us. So it's all a matter of cooperation and coordination for the success of Africa.
My future plan is to make sure that the area is pacified. Corn is out of the bush. Either he will be forced to surrender or he will be captured to face the International Court of Law. That is my task. My mission is to make sure that corn is either eliminated, forced to surrender, or captured to face the International Criminal Court for atrocities he has committed. And I will do whatever I can with the help of African Union and the international community to achieve these goals.
We cannot also hide the challenges that we still have. Indeed, the major challenge is really to find Kony and bring him to justice, but also to really better coordinate the efforts of the countries within our regional task force. As you know, the conflict in South Sudan has definitely impacted on the action of that force, and also the situation in Central African Republic, to the extent that the forces dedicated to this regional task force has diminished. But we are working these days to really reach out to these countries and also help them to solve their own crisis. But they are now willing to again support, as they have been doing before, this regional task force. So we are also very happy about the scaled support that we are receiving from our partners. And this definitely has a very good impact on the work and the outcomes of the regional task force dealing with LRA.